Hello and welcome to another video. Today I will be talking about one of my favorite RPGs ever, Dragon Age. It is just so amazing and I can't stop talking about...
Talking about what?
Dragon Age?
No, we're not talking about Dragon Age. We're gonna be talking about Baldur's Gate.
But I like Dragon Age.
We can talk about that later. So, for the people that opened this video, we're going to be talking about
Dragon Age.
Baldur's Gate 3 right now.
Okay, I'm out.
So,
do your stuff, bye!
Alright. So, where was I? Hello and welcome to another video game review. It took me ages to get another one of these out due to personal reasons and this game being so damn complex that it took me over 2 weeks to just get enough of the game under my belt to have anything resembling a coherent opinion about it. It is really long. There is so much to do even compared to a full game release, let alone one in early access. It is obvious that there is a lot of work being done, but still there are many bugs which I really don't want to talk about unless they are quite funny or game breaking. After all, it is still far from being finished. Now, let's start like every D&D adventure does. Character creation. Your character, whose looks can be customized close to Sims 1 levels, can be one of the many races of the Forgotten Realms, including but not limited to dwarves, humans, tieflings, drow and few others. It is actually quite impressive, unlike the class options, or it could be just me picking a fighter with the recommended stats and abilities. But it never seemed to hinder me gameplay-wise, even though I did choose to mostly ignore customizations and take the recommended steps upon leveling up. It is actually quite disappointing when compared to another D&D game released a while back, Pathfinder Kingmaker, where it usually took me at least 5 minutes every time a character leveled up. In Baldur's Gate, I mostly ignored everything except for spells that I knew could be used to break the game, like the teleportation spell in Divinity Original Sin 2. On top of that, like real D&D, all activities are determined by dice rolls, some internal that you don't get to see, like damage, healing, chance to hit and so on, and the more important ones that you do get to see, which happen during conversations. They are even shown as big ass D20s tumbling around on the screen just to give me one more second thinking that this time I might roll anything else but a 1. So really it is all up to the RNG gods anyway. And if you pick classes, think of what's going to be most fun outside of fights and don't worry about the difficulty because the game is quite easy if you figure out some of the overpowered skills, like the fighter's ability to fear an enemy and make it run through the rest of your companions, getting hit by all of them and dying instantly.
After you're done with character creation, the game starts in medias res with a huge tentacle ship where you were kidnapped onto, being attacked by a group of Githyanki, and you being freed in the process. It all looks quite nice and the actual process of getting off of the ship is a bit fun, albeit a bit overdone. At least compared to the first Baldur's Gate, where you got to just fight rats and the shittiest assassins around. But not in Baldur's Gate 3. You fly through Avernus, you fight demons, enslaved humanoids, intellect devourers, all the while being attacked by dragons. It seems like a bit too much to put in front of a level 1 adventurer. But it doesn't last long if the dice are at your side and you don't have to restart 5 times like
I did.
Like he did, exactly. Afterwards the ship crashes on a random beach close to Baldur's Gate. How lucky. Where you find other characters who also have been infected by a mind flayer tadpole. Oh, did I not mention? Yeah, you kinda get infected with a mind flayer tadpole, which usually means certain doom. But for the story to go the way it wants, you and few other lucky survivors somehow don't turn into mind flayers straight up. They explain it later, but it ain't that much of a satisfying explanation anyway, so ignore that. You just think of it as a cool superpower and fun narrative device. It lets you see into the minds of any of the many characters you meet, and even melt your mind with the ones that also have the tadpole in their head. It is sometimes fun to see what they are thinking, although most of the characters that have them are quite shallow and not that fun to talk to. Even the companions. Their personalities being something you might find on a character sheet for first time players. Them being, in no particular order, The worst vampire in the world who gets caught by a sleeping character, after which he just asks to drink some blood. A happy-go-lucky wizard with a dark secret threatening to destroy everything around, who has funny quips for almost any situation and wants to be the best wizard ever. A Githyanki fighter who is just so serious and wants nothing to do with the player character but unwillingly has to join up with him while their goals align. Oh, the warlock who made a bad pact, how damn original, even though he is somewhat noble at heart, which does make him 1% more interesting. And the last one, Darkheart from the Care Bears, after he had a sex change. Oh god, what a boring character. What? She has a dark backstory that she is reluctant to share with you until you get to know her better? No way! And she is conflicted about her faith and some other power? Wow! And she has enemies behind every corner? Damn. I swear this is one of the most boring characters ever. Don't pick her to come with you. Better play a cleric yourself. I am a bit concerned about these guys. For me, side characters are the most important part in any RPG, and these guys being so boring and unoriginal is really killing the game for me. However, I did manage to mostly ignore them, even after they all wanted to jump me for some midnight cuddles after completing an important story mission. Terrible. But you might ask, well, does that mean that everything is terribly written? Well, I would answer that with, what? Of course not, quite presumptuous of you.
Now, the rest of the story is quite interesting. You get dragged into a conflict between few factions. A faction of tieflings, druids and goblins. The tieflings are hiding in the druid grove because of the constant goblin attacks, and the druids want them out. Of course, you end up sorting things out, but the best part is that you can actually decide to help a fourth faction, yourself, to all their items from their bodies, dead bodies. This game does something really great, and that is player freedom. You can literally attack any character and most of the doodads around too. Is something bothering you? Just press Ctrl and whack. Problem solved. It is crazy to think about the amount of planning and programming that must have gone into this, that the game still manages to keep the story going even after your murder hobos go around doing what they do best, which is nothing good. I lied, I backstabbed, I poisoned, and I betrayed, and the game still shrugged and pointed at a way I can keep going. It is great, and the introduction of action buttons like jump and push made me so happy. You could just walk up to an NPC, say hi, and push him off of a cliff and watch the ragdoll physics do their thing. I love how I never got into a dead end by accidentally murdering someone. The fun train never stops. However, it does seem like the developers have a problem with keeping up a certain tone throughout the game. Of course, that could be due to me not playing such a serious character, but quite often something really serious happens, like a woman resurrecting her husband with a wand I got off of a crone who wanted to eat her, or her baby, not really sure. And straight afterwards I could just ask for the wand and the husband with it, to keep him as a pet. Or even worse, much worse, is a scene where a tiefling kid gets killed by the replacement leader of the druids. I was intrigued and shocked. There it goes, the game is showing some teeth at last, I thought. But no, the parents cry, some NPCs note what happened, and the druid bitch that did it just says, well, I had to. I thought that the real druid leader would do something about it when I save him, but no. Even after he came back, he said that it just kinda happens in those situations, and the tieflings weren't even angry at me at all afterwards. They even threw me a party. I don't know how to explain this. Are we that jaded by what's going on in the world that this can be just a throwaway scene in a game? I don't know. I played the game around 30-40 hours, during which I only encountered few bugs, like an invisible crone which I fixed by attacking the spot where she was supposed to be, revealing and confusing her so much that she forgot to attack me back, which I took as more of a great role-playing moment than a bug. Another thing that happened is one of my main characters, the useless vampire, being so light that he got pushed off of a wall so fast that he flew a few kilometers and right into the place where I set up my camp. Oh yeah, I should talk about that too. Camping, it's great. You can do it anywhere. It heals you and resets all of the daily use spells and abilities. And best of all, it never progresses anything about the story except some character moments, which are not a problem if you just keep killing things on the way. Don't listen to the game hurrying you up to get the Mind Flayer tadpole out. It is quite comfortable in your brain and it makes no fuss if you decide to camp every 5 minutes. Everything I said might seem like harsh criticism, and to be honest, it is. I want them to keep making the game better. However, the game as it is right now is huge, and that is just 1/3 of it, if you're going to believe the devs. The bugs are minor unless you try to play multiplayer. Then it is really terrible, but I guess it isn't polished yet like it's supposed to be. Let me compare this game to Pathfinder Kingmaker again. That game on release had thousands more bugs than Baldur's Gate 3. So, the final verdict. Is Baldur's Gate 3 worth me loading and unloading trucks for 6 hours? Well, I guess not yet. I understand that it's just early access, and I'm quite sure that the final release should at least give me enough of fun gameplay that it might be worth it. From what I have seen as of now, the story is a bit lacking, quite simple, but even the first 2 Baldur's Gate games didn't really start throwing in complicated story elements until the far end of the first game. So I will probably make another review when the finished product comes out. Yeah, those were my opinions about Baldur's Gate 3 Early Access. If you want to know more, do ask in the comments. Subscribe for more reviews or check out my channel or like the video so other people can find it. Now, the reason I didn't make so many reviews in the past few months, I actually moved to the Netherlands to be with my girlfriend, and I am busy adapting. Got a new job, have a lot of the language still to learn, and so on. Thank you all for actually watching my videos or subscribing to my channel. I have 120 subscribers now, and that is insane for me because some guys keep subscribing even though I didn't make a video for 4 months. It's just crazy. I'm really happy about it. So yeah, thank you all again for watching my video, and yeah, bye.